Really? Oh my God.
No way.
So good for you. Like you're a strong woman. You've not given up.
No, because I was like, I'm building this for myself and for my girls, and like, but it's been hard. I think about like what could I have achieved last year if I wouldn't have had all of the extra things.
No.
But then
This has made you stronger.
Hello.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday,
Every
everybody.
Thursday, new podcast over here at Trendy Talk. And this week, you can see it's a different little setup to last week.
Yes.
We've got a new sofa edition.
Sofa.
Thanks to Amanda at Elite Media. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But this week we have a nice guest on, a female entrepreneur. If you've been to an event in Mallorca, it's probably came from this girl's platform. It is Nina, the founder of the Calendar.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
A great start to the year.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Well, it's nice to meet Nina because I've worked with Nina. I've advertised our events on her platform.
Yeah.
And I've never met you. So it's kind of like meeting like the person behind this brand, you know?
In real life.
In real life.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
together.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's what she's like.
She's
So-
real.
I know.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So for the people that don't know, you basically founded this platform called the Calendar Mallorca 2 years ago. It started off as an Instagram page, and it's just built onto like, it's like this huge thing. If people are like even coming to the island, I'm like, oh, look in the calendar, see what's happening. Like if it's not there, it's not happening.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did you come up with this idea of starting this?
Okay, I think I have to rewind a little bit because before moving to Mallorca during the pandemic, I lived in South America and in Asia. And I, especially in Asia, I always lived like in small like towns where community was just like a given. Like you didn't need a calendar because it was just like you knew where
Everyone
to go.
knew.
Yeah,
Right,
you
yeah.
knew where to go on a Friday and you knew what party was going on and
It's
all
a
of
word
this.
of mouth kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And then we moved to like bigger places. Like the last place before Mallorca was Peru, Lima.
Oh, wow.
And that was like a bigger city. And suddenly it was like, okay, I didn't know what was going on. And we then found community and all of that again. And that was
What kind of communities were important to you guys? Was it like health, wellness, parties? What was it?
It was like, for example, in Lima, it was like the football, like the soccer club, you know, and like then hanging out with like the girlfriends and the typical thing. But it was really nice because it opened up everything. And then you had like the people working for embassies or people working for the international schools. So much more, you know, like cliquey, but also very nice. And then, of course, we had our Peruvian friends, where you had like more the like local side. But then when we moved to Mallorca during the pandemic, especially, I kind of was missing that because I knew there was so much going on.
Yeah.
But as like a newcomer to the island, it was really hard to know where to go, when, and then also to build this kind of community.
Yeah.
And I really felt like frustrated because I would spend like a Saturday morning like with two small kids like for 2 hours on Instagram trying to
find out things.
yeah, where to go and what to do. And then even afterwards, like when I had like my mom groups or my friends, like they would always mess it about something like the day after. Be like, oh, we went to this. Or,
And you're like, oh, great, thanks.
yeah, or the same day, you know, when exactly that day we had plans and we had a birthday party, whatever. And I was like, oh, if I'd known, I'd rearranged the schedule. And I just got really frustrated with that. And then I kind of like was at an event one day and I was like talking to a friend and I'm like, there has to be like a place where you can,
Platform, like, where is it?
yeah. And from that moment on, every time I would talk to somebody about it, they'd be like, oh my God, please, can you do it?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I should, you know? And I was working at the time and I was like, no, I don't know how to, you know, like start a business. I always wanted to. My parents have their own company, all this. But I was just like also felt really intimidated to, as like a foreigner, to be like, I'm the Calendar Mallorca, you know, because I'm very aware of like the Mallorquin like community of everybody like, you know, that has lived here for many, many years, even if as an
The
expat.
traditions and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I wanted to be very respectful of that. So I started with the whole branding first.
Okay.
without doing anything then.
Right.
Like I kept it for like 6 months because I got really scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, just go for it.
Exactly. And that
Rip
was
that
like,
Band-Aid
I had, like
off.
at the beginning of 2024, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And like I literally from one day to another, just like basically did the Instagram account. And the website didn't exist yet because I also wanted to build the website from scratch.
Right.
So I had this kind of like sign up web page that
Right.
created a lot of buzz.
Okay, it created buzz. Right. Okay,
Right.
so it's like
Because it felt like
first
this,
exclusive. Okay.
exactly this kind of wait list. Like
It's funny because I think, I mean, I'm not a mum. I'm a mum to a fur baby. But I kind of feel like sometimes mums, I would say especially here, are kind of like a bit disorganized. And it's like, oh, Sandra at 4:00 is having this. Should we go? And it's like, could we not have known about that last week? You know,
Well,
like.
it's funny. I was going to say a different side of it is that I feel that there's a bit of kind of one-upmanship with it. It's like, oh, did you not know? Or is that why you didn't go?
Oh, yeah.
You're not invited.
I think there's a combination of both.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of like expats that like move here and they very quickly get used to this kind of like mañana.
Yeah.
They get very relaxed about things, and especially because we're then getting used to it from the schools, because, you know, like if you have kids in school, you literally get told like 2 days before that they need something specific.
I don't
So
get
you
that.
yeah.
Like, I honestly, I can't be bothered with that. I've been like in a relationship where there's been like small, like a kid, you know, and it's like, I don't get that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've had that where it's like, oh, I need a fancy dress uniform. Right, when? Tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I have a life and it's just not happening.
I really
Like-
had to be also with like the events at the school. I actually listened to a podcast once where that was recommended, and since then I swear by it. I had to divide the events into A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Be like, C events, I'm really sorry, but like
Yeah, not happening.
they're nice, but they're not happening.
Yeah.
B events are the events I really tried to go to, but it's not happening. It's just not.
Yeah.
My kids know it. And then like A events, like the Christmas show,
Like the
and-
must,
and,
yeah.
you know, like they're the must events, and my kids know that. They'll be like, so is this like an A event or a B event? But like they
yes, that's so
understand it.
cute.
Because, you know, because I think also for them, especially have 2 girls, I think it's very important, you know.
Do you know, I think that's really intelligent, because it's like giving the kid responsibility as well. You know, here's how to prioritise them. Here's where to put boundaries.
Boundaries, telling them how to say freaking no, something that I at 34 still don't know how to do.
I know.
Yes.
Especially as a woman,
think
as a
it's so
mom, where
good.
you think you have to do it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
You have to like be on top of everything all the time, and you can't ask for help. Like that's
Yeah.
something I had to learn.
Oh,
as
I
a
love
mom.
that. A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, we're A, so subscribe.
Get on it now.
Subscribe to Trendy Talk every Thursday. Okay, love that. Right. Because I was thinking that when you were saying like about as being a mum, I have noticed it where it's like, oh, maybe tomorrow we'll go to this. And it's like, can we not just decide now? Because I am quite an organized person. I think you are as well. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, like, can we not just, you know, check that in now?
I like to have a plan. And
Yeah.
that's also where the idea of like how the calendar is set up came from, where I was just like, I literally just want to look at a calendar and be like, I have time on a Saturday, so I want to know what's going on a Saturday. I don't want to go on a website where there's like advertising for a brunch here, whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
just
love
want
that.
to know what is on that
It's really
day.
cool.
But then also at the same time, you have on the top, you have like our favorite events. They could
Yeah.
be any day of the week, but these are like our top recommendations. But you always have the option with the calendar to kind of filter per day.
So basically what happened was, I think you don't even know this, is when I was doing events like with the pop-ups for a matcha day or our running club, we've got a running club that we do like twice a month, and it'll go from a matcha day in Palma or Coco's Deli in Palma. It's basically like the same location, they're next door. Like people would come, but it'd be like the same people. And I was then talking to Izzy, who is part of my whole
Marketing
team, everything. She's also like very like personal with me. She'll do personal things as well. but she was like, oh, why don't we advertise it on the calendar? And when we did, so many new faces came, and I loved that. Yeah. And like you said, I don't know how many people came, and I was like, oh, where are you from? Da, da, da. They're like, oh, I've just came to Mallorca, moved yesterday. I've just been here for a week. I've just been here for 2 months. And it was like, oh, wow, amazing. And they came to meet new people, and it was so nice to meet new people, to build those relationships. Like, you never know, it's kind of networking as well.
But especially for your businesses, I think, for them to connect to them on like such a social, like in such a beautiful way.
It was so nice.
You know, like the brand awareness and everything. It's
absolutely. Just, like, I loved it. Like, I remember we did one that was at Heat in Palma, and I had the matcha pop up there. We did a 5K social run, followed by a workout with Jordy, followed by, I think he opened up the whole place for us, and we were able to do like ice bath, sauna,
I remember,
like LPG, like everything. It was so insane. And it was like new people that absolutely loved it, you know? And it was just like introducing them to new things. And I really love that. I think that's such a key now. Like, even when we are going to Dubai, I even sent to my mum, there was like a 6 a.m. walk for women. But I'm like you, I'm like trying to find run clubs in Dubai, and it's like, where do you find this, you know? Whereas like you just go to the calendar and it's all there, like anything from parties to anything, like yoga classes to whatever.
That was the thing as well for me, because I was like, there were websites before where you could, for example, find kids things or things like that. But first of all, the websites looked like they were from the 90s. I was like, it's not necessary nowadays to, you know, to have that kind of like style. But then I also was like, I'm a mom, but that's not just, that's my only
thing I am.
Yeah, I like to go out at night, and like I want to know what, like, kind of, if there is like an amazing concert in a hotel or somewhere else, you know. And it was really important for me to have like this kind of mix. And especially, of course, also the traditional fiestas and everything, because
of course,
also like I have to say, like, I was a bit ignorant when I like first moved here, because I was like so used to an overload of like new cultures and traditions. So I was like, moving back to Europe, moving like to Spain, that I was familiar with, I was like, I'm gonna be bored a little bit here, you know, because I was like, I'm not going to be challenged that much. And since I started the calendar, I realized like the traditions that are being kept alive here on the island, it's incredible and it's so beautiful. But at the same time, I think you really have to explain them, because even people that didn't grow up here necessarily always understand them and necessarily always know the best way to honor them, or like what fiestas, for example, is really just for the pueblo, and like or what are like more open for everybody to go to. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do as well. It's not just like a copy paste from a website, but also like explaining what's the history behind it, like where is that coming from, like why are we celebrating like the potato at night at like a fiesta.
I love that.
I think even, you know, just what you're touching on there, people that even live here don't know what the fiestas are. Because I even ask people,
it drives me insane.
Oh, San Sebastian. Oh, what is it? It's San Sebastian. And then you're like, yeah, but you're not telling me what it is. I want to know.
I don't know how many of my employees are like, hey, you know, it's festivo. So I just go, all right, what festivo is it?
What's celebrating it? You know, what we're celebrating here.
And it's like, you want off, but you don't even know why you want off.
Exactly. So I think actually it's not just about educating expats or visitors to the island. It's even the people that live here, you know, I mean.
And it's might surprise you, but there are also like villages that really try to keep their fiestas to themselves. Like they don't want to have too many people show up. So even like people like here from other villages, like sometimes don't know what's going on.
Have you seen Emily in Paris, the new one?
Yes.
Right. Have you seen this? Like, there's this, is it Solitano in Italy? Yes. And this Italian women's, sorry if you haven't seen Emily in Paris, catch up.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Whatever we.
Big spoiler alert. So basically, there's this little town and it's really cute in Italy. And I don't know if is it a made up town?
Probably.
Yeah. Might be. Well, let's hope, because everyone's going to go there. Like, everyone's going to try and find where is the Emily in Paris Italian town. So basically, it's these Italians, they kind of like live in this town, and it's very like tranquil and very traditional. Yeah. But then Emily in Paris puts it on Instagram, and all of a sudden all these tourists comes, and the old woman of the town's like, you've ruined our town, you've ruined the beauty of it. It could be a bit like that. So you're originally from Austria. Do you speak Spanish?
Yes.
Have you ever received a kind of hate from locals because of your website or because of what you do?
So before even, the Instagram for me was clear. It had to be in English, because I was like, I can't do like 3-4 languages on social media, because especially with events where everything moves so fast, I have to choose one language. And especially now with the functions of translation and everything, I was like, yeah. But the website from the very beginning, the main website, when you go on it, is in English, but then you had you have an option to translate it since the very beginning. And I've invested a lot of money in that. Yeah. So you have Catalan, Spanish, and German. Okay. I'm adding more. I'm improving all of that, because it's quite tricky, especially with Catalan. You need to find right websites to do it. But it was really, really important to me. Yeah. Because I was like, I live on Mallorca. We have to.
Have you ever received like comments like, why is this in English?
I had the only negative comments I have received on social media over the past 2 years were people saying that I'm being ignorant to where I'm living and all of this. And that was most of the time because they never checked really the website, and they never realized that the whole website from day one, it wasn't something it wasn't a gimmick I added after. It was really from day one.
Yeah, that's one thing that I received was, I never received hate when I had Coco's Portals, but when I opened up a matcha day in Palma, I mean, even like mums like seen it firsthand. Like I've had, like, I am like so proud to, like, I'm not even proud to be Scottish. I'm more proud to have this connection with Mallorca. I've lived here for like 20 years. I went to school here. Like, if I could get a Spanish passport, like, absolutely. If I had to, even like when I was playing golf tournaments, I would put myself under the Spanish flag, not even the Scottish flag. So it's really hurtful when you have locals that just go, oh, blonde, and that's the way she looks. And then they like comment to you something in Spanish. And at the start, I would comment back in Spanish. And then, of course, they're like, and it's like, perdón, ¿has dicho algo? And you're like, you know. So, and I've had it a lot. But now I'm just like, I just ignore. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in your day. I don't care.
But it's really hard, because I think, like, especially for me, like I am still learning that to like put a shield up and like not take it personal. But it is personal because it's your personal business. And that's normally when I respond to people, like, of course, on social media, you always have to be careful and stuff. But I also had people like that would email me, like, were angry because they didn't receive tickets that they won within an hour, you know, where I was waiting for the organizers to send them to me. And I then actually reply, and I'm like, would you talk to me like this in person?
Yeah, in person,
Because I don't think so. At least I hope not. Yeah. I mean, and so I'm trying to at least, you know, do, I don't want to say education, but like I try to like fight back a little bit, of course, on a professional level. Yeah. But I just think that social media over the past few years, like what people are allowing themselves to do or say on there, they would never do in person. They would never want to, you know,
because they can hide behind a name or a number or anything like that. Okay. You know? No, I mean you're trying to actually promote the island in a positive way, and you know, open the doors and open people's eyes to, yes, there is this children's event, yes, there is this evening event, but also the culture behind it. You know, it's not like it's just all gimmicky and showy and summary kind of thing. There is, as you say, traditions behind a lot of the events that go on and everything. And I mean, that's so positive. I think that's, having lived here for a while, and having seen kind of things and how, I mean, back in the day, it was word of mouth. That was how I got to know about things. And I had one particular friend who has lived here for like a million years, and she knew exactly where things were going on, you know, what was happening, and she was immersed in it. And she would say to me, Jennifer, come to this, you know, it's, you know, San Sebastian was one of them. We have the barbecues at night, you bring your food, blah, blah, blah. And it was amazing. And I had never experienced that before, you know. But you know, to see the other side of things as well, you know, your kind of showy white parties and all that kind of thing, you know. But it is, you are educating people that are visiting the island, that live in the island. You're opening the doors to everybody.
It's really
you know, you're making it inclusive for everyone.
And I made like a point from, since I started, that I don't promote like the 5 secret beaches. Like I've never ever once posted anything like this. If I would want to grow really quickly, I could do that. You know, I could throw out all of these reels that are just like, you know, for aimed at this tourist. But I founded this website for people that live here. Doesn't matter if you're Mallorquin, you've lived here all your life. If you're Spanish, you recently moved back. You're an expat that just moved here. It should be a website that's for everybody. You know.
How did you like first start? Like, what was like your first event that you posted, or how did you even?
That was also the thing also like that intimidated me a lot because I was like, if I start this website, I can't just like have one event. I need to have like the calendar full. So I started Instagram in February and then took my time until June 2024 to really like develop the website and also have enough time to upload events. So at the beginning, I reached out to local businesses that I knew were hosting great events and all that. And I offered them to promote events for free.
Okay, got it. Right. So you were like approaching them just to try and like get something.
Yeah.
And now you're at a stage that's like,
everybody's approaching you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, so basically, if there's any like business owners out there or someone planning an event, it's kind of like Nina will give you different kind of packages. Like, okay, do you want us to promote you just on Instagram? Do you want a post? Do you want the website? Do you want this? Do you want that? And I think I took out like the unlimited, which was like everything. It's like awesome. But I did it at a time that I had like a lot of events going on. We had like, I think we had like with Terreno Club, a paddle and natural event. Yeah. I'm trying to think, we definitely had running club. We had the one with heat. There was like all different various things going on. And it is a really good platform to get on. And when you were like first starting, like, was that kind of like scary for you to like go out and kind of contact people and just like
yourself out there?
Yeah, because it wasn't like, I also didn't know how to price it, to be very honest, because I was like, like there wasn't anything like I could compare it to. Like when you start out with like matchas or cafe, you can like you can look around, you're like, how much are they charging and all of this. But I was like, what do I do, you know? And I knew all of the money that I invested in the website and all of this, but I was like, it's also Mallorca. Like I can't like start now saying you have to, because also people were used to promoting their events for free, you know, because they were just like random.
They're like, why should I choose you? But I guess also through the school, you could say to like mums, like, oh, follow this page, follow this. And then it's like a good way to like word of mouth, you know, through that.
It grew very quickly.
I'm going to look at the calendar website.
It's got 27.2
That's Instagram.
Instagram.
But Mum, get it right. That's Instagram. Don't be.
The website had, since we launched now, over 700,000 views.
Wow.
And
I've just put into Google the CEL and it's come up Calendar Mallorca. It's like,
how
there you go.
amazing is that for you?
Yeah, and I do like the look of it. It's very like, it's great.
That was very important to me because like branding and all of this was like a very...
Yeah, you've got like San Antonio bonfires. Didn't even know that was happening. You got a piano event, 3 Kings Parade in Palma, brunch sessions. Brunch sessions. What the hell's this? What's happening?
Dome.
Oh, a Dome. That place is like, honestly.
You keep threatening that we'll go there, but I've never been yet.
I've been with Ez a couple of times. It's nice. Yeah. It's so aesthetic, this place.
Yes.
Really
and the
beautiful.
Downstairs.
Yeah. Downstairs is great for an event. I've always said if I do an event, I'll do it there. Yeah. You've got Wine and Dine, Palma Old Time, midday. Jesus. Woo. Yes. Get it on midday. You've got it at night as well.
Yeah.
Vision board workshop.
Yes.
Interesting.
I love that. How nice is that?
So are you getting a lot of people approaching you and saying, right, I've got an event, can you promote it?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like me, for example, like I'll go and be like, hey, we've got running club then, or we've got whatever, you know? Coco's Deli thing. In summer, I'm going to have like a lot of events. We're already like planning a lot of things. So definitely we'll be on the calendar, so you can look us up.
It's been amazing because like also to just see the growth, because I haven't invested in Google Ads. I don't do any promotion on Instagram. Because I did that at the beginning, but I'm literally like, I'm talking about like €5 or €10 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped because I was like, you know what? I I love the growth, but I'm happy for it to slow down a little bit. But then for the ones that do follow, the ones that do subscribe to the newsletter, they're truly there because they want to and not because they've seen an ad or anything.
Yeah.
They connect to the whole thing. Like,
no, it's going to naturally grow. It was like me with a matcha day, like what the hell, like on TikTok. I was like, Jesus Christ. Jewellery making workshop. Mum. Oh, donate blood. I'm not doing that. No, we're not doing that. My mum and I are actually banned.
I'm banned.
No, we're banned from donating blood.
Not anymore, no?
No. Like we can't. Like
because we faint.
We'll faint.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not a good thing. So how do you fit all of that? Does this work well with your family then? You said you've got 2 young girls. So obviously you can incorporate.
Sorry, I've got an event for you. Spanish speaking club every Wednesday.
I need to go.
El Terreno.
Is it El Terreno?
Well, not at the club, but in El Terreno at a restaurant there.
Right. If you want to see Mama Jen every Wednesday,
speaking of Spanglish,
Spanish 30, 5:30 to 7.
It's this amazing
I'll drop you off.
Spanish teacher that does like these social events, like you go on a sunset cruise or something. Because she was like, I want people to be more comfortable, like speaking Spanish, but like in a nice setting.
This is it, Mum. Go with David.
I need to do this.
So that's one of my favorite things. Like finding these people doing.
I remember when I was learning Spanish.
Yes.
Oh, do you remember that teacher you had for me? Was her name Antonia or something? And I would go to her house in San Agustin. Do you remember that woman? No. Guys, right. This, I don't know what it was, right? So my dad would also go to this woman for Spanish lessons. And we were going for months, right? And then my dad and I were talking about her. And he was like, yeah, there's something about her. It's like, her voice, it's like, and I'm thinking, I know where he's going with this, but I never wanted to say it. And he was like, or it's the house, it's really like relaxing. And I'm like, because I'd been falling asleep during while she was talking to me, I'd be like, and my dad as well. So then we realised, shit, we've been falling asleep during Spanish lesson and we never admitted it to each other because we would go at different times. We were like different levels. And I was like, fuck me too. I was like, I'm like, one time I went like this and she was like, oh, did you not sleep enough last night? And I was like, Dios, I was like, I can't deal. And we were falling asleep. So you're not going to fall asleep during that?
Right,
no.
That's good.
It's like drinks and everything.
I'll get to that. So
but
back
for
to
the
your kids and your family.
Yeah.
Well, basically, that was also one of the reasons why I founded why I started a calendar was because of my ex-husband's job. Like he was working a lot and I needed to find a job that could like kind of combine family and then also with kind of like the lifestyle we had, that when he did have time to travel for like a weekend or something, I was flexible enough to come with him.
Yeah.
And also just because, when the kids, they have 11 weeks off during the summer.
I would literally be like, cute, that's cute. Still going to school.
Yeah.
Some type of school, just go.
So now like it's a combination of like having summer camps, but then I also have the flexibility to, for example, go to Austria for like 3 weeks or a month.
Nice.
Right.
Because I can work from there.
What things is there in summer for kids to do?
Summer camps, a lot of different summer camps.
A lot of different ones.
So you have like the schools, a lot of the schools do their own summer camps.
Yeah.
And then you have like themed summer camps. You have like sports centers that do it. You have a lot of like the local towns that they offer summer camps, which are very affordable compared to, of course, the international school. Once you feel like taking out another loan for those.
Really,
times.
how much are summer camps? Like I went to, but I can't remember. Mine was a little while ago. How much are summer camps at a private school here? More or less.
I would say starting at like at least like from 280 euros per week.
How much is that?
Per week?
Like sometimes like with lunch included. Yeah.
God, if it wasn't had lunch included, I'd be like, go without your lunch.
Yeah, like some
fasting.
You've got 2 kids, so you're that's 560 euros.
Yeah, it depends on
week.
Guys, did you know you can catch an extra spicy clip of Trendy Talk over on Patreon for only
$3.99, guys? What you waiting for?
See you there.
Yes,
there's 11 weeks.
No, summer camp only goes on for 4 weeks.
I know, but no. A lot of them depends because, of course, there are some that are a bit more affordable. Still great. For example, Palma Aquarium. I love that because the kids learn a lot about sustainability.
Can they also not asleep there or something as well?
Yeah, with the sharks.
Yeah, I would be like, Do you want, Tiger to stay overnight? Yes, please.
Yeah. No, but so, I was just like, I needed to find like a job or like something that was fulfilling. Like when I first arrived here, I worked in real estate doing marketing, but it was like never like my dream thing. It was just like I moved here pregnant, like with our second. So when she was 3 months old, I was like, please, I need to work again. I love my children. I absolutely respect like stay-at-home moms. It's the biggest, most difficult job in the world, but I needed something like outside.
Yeah, for your bloody mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health.
And so that was like a job I found very quickly, and I loved it because I learned a lot, but I just knew that wasn't it. And it was an office job. So I was still, like
this is good. Do you, when you go to work on the calendar, literally, do you go somewhere like out of the house, or do you stay in the house and do it? Or do you prefer like, I'm going to go to a cafe, I'm going to go somewhere?
I do a combination of both.
Okay.
I did a lot at home, but then I got myself a walking pad. Yep. Since then, I like enjoy it so much more because there were really days when I was just like stuck at home, and then I was like, I mean, obviously not to the level like you, but I like to work out. I like to be active.
I love that.
And I was like, I need to do something.
Yes, I'm the same.
I have that, I love
great.
it.
Do you have one of those tables that moves up?
I got the walking pad first, and then I got the table with it. And it's like amazing.
Oh, no. I'm like obsessed. Mm-hmm. Like, so my husband is mainly in Germany, and when I like bought a walking mat for there and the extendable desk thing, and it came, and he was like, there's a huge package for you. And I was like, oh, it's my walking pad. And he was like, you've bought one for here. And I was like, do you want me to keep saying? So yes, I have. I would even travel with it if I could. Yeah. That'd be great. I'm going through more events. I love this.
She'll be signing me up to stuff that I don't know about, and I'll get
before
emails.
You know it.
This is great because there's also, like, let's mention, some of these events are free.
Yes.
That's free. Let's see if you're Spanish. The Three Kings Parade, obviously free.
All of these, like local.
Your brunch sessions, January's DJ brunch sessions and late vibes.
Well,
obviously free, but you're
paying exactly for the eating, but there's no entrance fee.
Love that. You've got a Latin Roots and Urban Groove in Palma, free. It's at a jazz lounge.
Yes.
Sushi dinner, a perfect midweek plan for food lovers. Anyone craving something a little special.
Fonaluch.
Yeah, where's Fonaluch? I don't even know where Fonaluch is.
Oh,
yes, for 20. Remember when we had Maya on doing the food fairy?
Yeah,
Mia. Sorry, she spoke about there. It's one of her favourite places.
It's supposed to be one of the prettiest villages in Spain. Mm-hmm. You have to go.
See what the hell, guys, man.
See, this is the thing. When we came to the island, when Lauren was 12...
I did travel the island then.
That's what I was going to say. But the way we did it was... Because when we moved from Scotland, everybody was like, you're moving to Mallorca? And it was like, oh. Because people's vision of Mallorca is Magaluf, people drunk... and they're all lying about the streets. Mm-hmm. So when we came here, it was a bit kind of like, how are we going to, sort of expand who we know and who we see? And most of it was actually through Lauren and through the running club. And the running club had...
I thought through golf.
Well, no, I would have said the running club more because it showed us more of the island. And we were going to events and the locals would come together. There was one
it was insane,
and they would put together, and you would go to the plaza, and they would have the bunting out and the streamers, and the local people would make food, and they would have it for you to try. And
it was really amazing.
You paid something stupid like €2 to enter the event.
Yeah.
And you would have she was winning prizes of like €100.
I know, I remember I won like €200 in one weekend. I was like, ooh.
She won another €100, and
bought myself a pair of Dior sunglasses.
That was our first one.
I wish to this day I still had them because they're bloody back in fashion.
I know. But the thing about that was, what I was going to say was that was before social media. That was all before that, and it was all word of mouth and everything like that. But it allowed us to see part of the island that we'd never have seen.
Yeah. No, I'm like this.
That's what's good about your thing.
Yes. You know what's funny is I'm a member of Soho House, and my nearest Soho house is Barcelona. Because I basically joined Soho House because I sometimes feel, I have physical businesses that I go to, and sometimes if I'm in Mallorca at home and I'm working on Walkpad, I'll get kind of distracted and I'll go to the businesses, and in my to-do list that I've got to do at home, like for the businesses, isn't going to get done because I'm there. Yeah. Plus I've got 3 of the places. So it's like I go between all 3. I try to visit all 3 in one day. Sometimes in summer it doesn't work out because of the traffic between Palma and Portals and closing times and everything. But Soho House was like a thing for me that I was like, I can just get a flight in the morning to Barcelona. It cost me like nothing, like 20 euros. And I can go there, spend the whole day there. But I've noticed on Soho House that I'm like, they've got an app and they don't plan the event so much with time that I'm like, oh, typical like your mums, you know, where it's like, oh, tomorrow. I'm like, oh man, I wish I knew about that. And I'm like, fuck, I would have done that. Where it's like, we're having a matcha tea ceremony. And I'm like, oh, hello. You know, like, so it's really great that it is planned out. And by the way, your Spanish lesson is only 20 euros.
Okay, good. But do you think that being so organised comes from like you being Austrian?
Oh, yes, definitely.
I think it's a combination.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of being Austrian and now a mom, where you just have to be.
But also you had to be very organized with your previous situation where it was like, if I'm not organized, I'm not going to be able to go with you to wherever for 3 weeks. You know, I need to organize myself. I need to organize the kids. I need to know what's happening.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to sign up to all this stuff. I'm going to be like, no, it's going to be
I have a lot of emails in my account.
No, for this year, it's definitely something that I want to start working on, is like doing new things and kind of like there is this healthy balance, which I'm going to be honest, I haven't found between work and social. Right now, I'm just all work. Like yesterday, if I didn't meet Molly, I would have spent I would have been like 12 hours at my office desk. Just like there's non-stop, just rubbish to get done. I'm also trying to set up TikTok shop for a matcha a day. That's like, when I get that done, I think I deserve an award because it is so bloody hard. It's like, I don't know how many obstacles I've went to go through to get bloody TikTok shop working. I don't even buy on TikTok shop, but there's just stupid things like this that are happening. I'm trying to set up Glovo. I set it up yesterday and then I realized I set it up from my house. So now Glovo thinks that my business is my house. So I'm like,
but that guy, she doesn't cook.
I'm like, oh my God. So I have to reset it. So it's all these things
lining up in front.
But it's also this healthy balance of going like, right, I'm going to do this for 3 hours and then I need to leave, you know? So I think having those social events, and also I've learned that through the running club, I've met such nice people. Like I say to you all the time,
I know you do.
It's such an amazing group of like, they're all like yachties. They're here for like some months, but some of them, for example, sign up and then the day comes and I'm like, where is he? Oh, he got a job in the Maldives. He's there now. And I'm like, what the hell, you know? But it's just so nice to meet these people, and it's really great, like what you're doing and the awareness that you're bringing to these events, like on the island. So I think it's amazing.
So what's planned for the Calendar Mallorca for the year ahead?
What have we got? Like March time?
On a personal level, I would say like just like having an easier year, like to really focus on the business, because I had quite a lot of like obstacles last year. Like starting with like a spine operation and things like this that nobody knows about, because I was literally working from hospitals.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're joking.
Yeah, of course, because I mean, like also the thing with events is that you'd never stopped, you know? Like you can't take like time off.
Do you have to physically go to the events or not?
Sometimes you do, but then the problem for me as well, because as I told you, I like to be active and I would love to join all the running clubs, but I couldn't even walk for several weeks. I had spine surgery in January last year and I couldn't run until June.
Wow.
So then it was really hard for me because a lot of my clients have very like
active, with the kids as well.
Yeah, everything.
Oh God.
And then I was in hospital again.
Is that here in Mallorca?
I got operated in Austria because it was like I had a tumor in my spine. So I needed like specific.
God,
yeah.
So sorry.
And then I mean, you know, like just to explain a little bit the back of it, but then in April I ended up in a hospital here again because I suddenly couldn't feel parts of my body.
Don't.
didn't know what was going on, which then later led to an autoimmune diagnosis. And, and then your husband leaving you.
Oh, dear Lord.
All in 1 year.
Yeah, in November. But, that's...
Like November, some months ago.
Yeah.
You are a total trooper.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But I mean,
this is your year. F him and carry on.
That's what I'm just mean. On a personal level, I just really want to make this year about the calendar and just really being able to go to the meetings I want to go to, not with crutches, and going to the events that are sporty or something, and being able to do them again. And
this is your year. I can feel it. I kind of secretly love a breakup because I know it's shit, but the person's going to thrive in the end. The only person's going to be is you.
I think honestly, after the year I had, to end it with that, it just also means okay, you know what? It can't get really worse than this.
No, absolutely.
I'm just super positive now.
But you're going to see it as a blessing in disguise in the future. So you'll see.
Going forward, you've got everything set up. You've got your ducks in a row. Do most of these events repeat themselves, so it makes it maybe slightly easier in a way, or
not really? I mean, as we know here, a lot of it happens last minute. For example, San Sebastian is happening now, starting on the 10th with the program. There is no official program yet. So yes, of course it's on the website with the information that I have, but then I constantly have to update it. Then it's Three Kings parades today on the 5th, because they were worried about the weather. A lot of things got updated or changed and things like this. So until 10 o'clock last night, I was trying to add some, additional information and things like this. So there are some amazing events like San Sebastian coming up, Sant Antoni, which we love with the bonfires and the demonies and all of this.
So I've never been to.
I've only been once to one of them.
But they're they're all
in 20 years. I haven't even seen the Three Kings.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to admit something that's it's so fucking bad. I've been in Mallorca for 20 years. I've never been in the cathedral.
Neither have I.
Have you not?
No.
Oh my God.
The one time I went, it was closed for renovation.
Right. The one time I went with Tyga and they were no dogs. And I was oh.
You should wait. You should wait until March, because then you can actually go up on the terraces again. And as a resident on Fridays, that's normally on the website, but at the moment it's closed. But on Fridays you get in for free. And so you can do a tour of the terraces up there as well. And that's beautiful. So you
Can you take a professional camera into the cathedral? Can you?
I think you might have to ask for permits.
No, because these tourists will go with a camera, no?
I mean, depends what you do, as long as it's not a drone, I guess.
No.
I guess
no, not
yes.
yet.
We're not that good.
Right, Mum, we're doing that Friday.
We're doing that. So, going back to your spine, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
Was it a cancer thing?
No, it was luckily, it was a good type of tumor. But it was... they had to touch, the operation was 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh my God.
I woke up not feeling my left leg. And then I was first on a walker, feeling granny mode activated. And then I was on crutches for several weeks and had to kind of relearn and I literally lost all my muscle, all my strength in the leg from one day to another.
This is nice.
And I used to run. I did trail running before for fun, and I did kind of CrossFit, functional training, and all of this.
I had to give up the love of that.
Yeah, and even before, because all my symptoms started exactly the month I started the calendar. So
really? Oh my God.
So
good for you. You're a strong woman. You've not given up.
No, because I was I'm building this for myself and for my girls, and but it's been hard. I think about what could I have achieved last year if I wouldn't have had all of the extra things.
No. This has made you stronger.
No, but exactly. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel how I feel right now without having had everything and having all those kind of challenges happening. And so I feel a lot more, a lot more secure in myself now.
I love that.
And I think that's the downside of being an entrepreneur, because when you don't function, I know I'm sure when you're sick or something, you also feel you're behind and everything because you just don't have the strength.
Yeah.
And there are good sides to it, that you can be flexible and also for your kids and everything. But at the same time, if I'm not available for meetings, no money is coming in.
Yeah.
Because they want to deal with me, even if I have maybe sometimes an intern helping out or something.
Yeah.
That's not somebody that people want to.
You're the point of contact.
Exactly.
I'm excited for you this year. This is going to be your year.
If you think about it, you know, realistically, you had all that BS going on last year. You still made a success of it.
Yeah.
You still pushed forward. Just think what this year's going to do. And you don't have the BS to deal with.
I just feel sorry for him.
I know. Idiot. Don't know the guy, but idiot.
I know, we don't know him. Sorry, but good luck, buddy.
I know.
But I think this is going to be your year. And also something that I really wanted to do, actually, my mom's going to be like, Lauren, when have you got the time to do this? But I feel like there's such a market. I'm just going on how I feel. And I just kind of believe that if I feel this way, other people are going to feel this way. But I can only talk as a woman because I'm obviously a woman. But I would love to do an event where it's like kind of like female like empowerment, and someone like yourself, someone like me, like shares our tip on how we get ourselves organized, feel good things, and also maybe share some of our weaknesses. Like I'm like, I could sit at a desk for 12 hours and not stop. And even like I was after this later on, we're filming a podcast about nutrition, and I was like, if she asked me what I ate yesterday, I ate once, and I was like that's not good.
But the thing is, remember, I think it's the 8th of March is International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And I think that's wonderful and great that they have that day, but what about the rest of the year?
No, I'm talking about doing an event.
No, but that's what I mean.
Like,
that's what I mean. You know, it's
where
great
it's like even like we have like a little stage and we have like people on, and then in that corner we've got Pilates, in that corner we've got like ice baths, we've got everything. It's like, what does Lauren love? And I just make it into an event.
No, and like you said, like, you know, what about the rest of the year? And I think, for example, that's also why I now started to share, like, this is the first time I really shared everything. Yeah. But it's because, and then people, when I do share, people are like, wow, like, you're so brave for sharing it. But I'm like, we women are so used to not talking about the difficult times because we think that they make us look weak. But I actually, I feel, like I said before, I feel a lot stronger now because I went through all of this. And like, I still kept going. I still got my kids ready for school. I still made their lunch boxes, or I still organized whatever they needed to be organized. I was still answering emails, although I just had a surgery 2 days ago. Like, you know what I mean? And I did all of this because that's just what we do as women. Yeah. And I think that every time, and that's why also I talk about it more openly now, it's like every time I talk about it, I do think that there's one woman that hears it and feels empowered or feels something. And I think I really like that. And especially when it's events where you don't just talk about like, look how great I am and look how
1,000%. I can't be bothered with that.
But really about also like the mistakes we've made or like the things that we shouldn't have done, but we went through and we learned from, and like all of that.
But I think there's a lot of that in the world, a lot of like, especially somewhere, I'm just going to say places that I think like Dubai, Los Angeles, Mallorca, there's a lot of like the pretty Instagram pictures. And then like if the person actually tells you how they're feeling or something, then you're like, whoa, like, and it's not like, oh my God, you're like, for example, if I seen a picture of you and someone said, oh, that's the owner of the calendar, I'll be like, oh wow, what a pretty girl, nice, good for her. But if someone showed me a picture of you and was like, she owns a calendar, she's been through her spinal surgery, she's like a single mom now, husband's left, she's got 2 girls to raise, I'd be like, whoa, like, I would admire you like so much. I'd be like, wow, I want to be like her.
The thing about sharing your story, it does 2 things. One, it definitely does send that message out to other women to say, you're not alone. It can be done. I did it. Yeah. Also, and I'm saying this because I did this when, I split up with Lauren's dad, and I had all, the sort of the abuse and everything that went on in the marriage and everything. It's like a form of therapy as well. Yeah. See, by getting it out there, it's not sitting inside of me.
And it's not holding any power over you.
Exactly.
And that's what I've learned. Like, as soon as I spoke, like, people were so shocked actually when I started talking about the tumor, because I'd be like, oh, why you're having surgery? I'm like, oh, because I have a tumor. Like, I was like casually talking about it because I had mentioned it so many times, and it didn't, held that power over me anymore.
Exactly.
And that's what I then learned with like, the more I talk about it, the easier it gets for me. But also then it becomes just something, I don't want to say normal, but like it becomes normal to talk about like the negative as well. And like the challenges you've gone through. And like sometimes I still feel weird because I don't, like I've posted it on my personal Instagram and I still feel weird because it's not that I'm asking for like pity or anything like this, but especially for like the autoimmune diagnosis, it led to a lot of like appointments in Sonespaces and all of this. And every time I was there, I was sitting there and I'm like, there are just all of these normal people walking by.
Yeah.
And you know that they're there because they needed something to get checked or they're there to support a family member. And it was this realization that like, you don't know who you're meeting, what they're going through that day, that week, that year, you know. And that's what I really try also to take into this year, that like every person I meet, I'm like trying to be as kind as possible because you have no idea what's going on and you don't know what's, you know, why they replied late to an email or you know what,
exactly.
you know, because we're so quick to judge
when
sometimes.
I did this like female empowerment event for International Women's Day. I think it was like 2 years ago. We did it at Heat. It was so nice. And I remember I got stickers made and you could put your name, how you were feeling, and like you could put your job or like a passion. And it was so funny. Like even like friends of mine, I'd learned things about them. Like it was like, I don't know, like someone would put like, oh, my name's Holly. Like I'm feeling really tired and I have a passion for photography. And I'd be like, do you like photography? And she's like, yeah, actually, I think I'm going to start getting more into it. And I was like, oh, I had no idea, you know. I sometimes, the other day I was even thinking about it because I was in the gym and I seen this guy and I know that he was a police officer. And I was like, God, it's so funny. Like I'm working out next to a police officer. And I was like, wouldn't it be so cool if we all went to, I'm just taking the gym because I go to the gym. But if we went to the gym and we wore a t-shirt with what we do or how we're feeling or what's happened in our lives, and you'd be like, oh my God, that person's been through this. Oh my God, that happened to this. Oh, she's this or that. You know, it would open our eyes instead of being so judgy on just like how someone looks or whatever. You know?
It's a double-edged sword with Instagram. You look at it and you visually instantly make a decision and you think, oh, she is this and he is that.
Yeah.
Because you look blinkered. You don't look at the wider picture. Whereas I don't know whether that's a thing that comes with age or experience or just living life. I look at it and I go, right, what a lot of, you know, BS that is. Because one, you've hired wherever you are, you ain't staying there, you're getting paid to do that, blah, 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 all these different things. Whereas other people look at it and instantly go to it. The other side of it is exactly what you were saying. You can be sitting in an airport. An airport's another place where I love people watching. What's their story? Who are they going to meet? Why are they
I love it.
today?
It's a very emotional place for me, the airports.
Yeah. You know, and it's one of those things that you think, I've got no idea what's going on in your day. You're grumpy, you push past me. Why did you do that? You know, you didn't just wake up and think, I'm going to bump into her today, you know?
No.
And I think it's that taking the time. Nowadays, we want everything instantly, and we need to take time over things, you know, and to give people that space to share and to speak.
I feel an event coming on, guys. I feel a women empowerment event.
Yes.
So
I love that.
Don't be shy. Click follow on that calendar event and subscribe to the channel and we'll talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been so nice having you on. Thank you so much for being so open and honest and sharing also your personal story, your business story. It's been super inspiring and I can't wait for the calendar 2026.
And all the events we're going to do.
Yes, exactly. Many events to come.
Collaborations. Yes. How fun are they?
Of course, we will put everything down in the description about the Calendar Mallorca and also put all the contact with Nina as well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for watching another episode of Trendy Talk Podcast.
Thank you, girls.
We'll see you at the next one.
See you later, guys.
Bye. Perfect.